Mary and Amma, and today we have officially started the series of watching the Sister Wives from season 1 up into 16, y'all. Y'all requested, y'all asked, and we have
delivered.
Answered.
Yes.
Yes, honey. So we are getting to season 1, episode 1, and it's actually quite interesting.
I know.
Like, just to see everything that was going on and seeing how joyful everybody was. And then to see how it's all turned out at the end. It's quite interesting.
And then it just makes it really...
Makes you understand.
Much more. So much more.
So much more,
I'm so happy that we're doing this.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting that Cody... so he never grew up in a polygamous household, but when he was 21, his dad actually
when he
decided,
was 20, okay.
Yeah, he decided to go into polygamy or whatever and stuff. And then Mary actually grew up in a polygamous household.
Her dad had 5 wives.
Yeah, her dad had 5 wives, and the father actually said that it's kind of expected for her to go into a polygamous household.
Yeah, she always expected that she'll do that.
Yeah, so the father also told Cody that.
Yes.
And then he actually converted to her religion and took on polygamy. And she said they
Although he had already kind of started.
He was already open to the idea. Right, so she said while they were discussing marriage, they had actually they always knew that they would later on get wives or whatever and stuff.
Yes.
And he also said that when the other wives came along, he never went. It was like, oh, I'm gonna go choose a wife, right? He said that Mary was kind of like the Bates, like she would have really good relationships with them, and then it will be brought up.
Yes.
So I thought it was very interesting because Mary said that she's been very jealous. But what I find that's really interesting is that this isn't happening this time around. It seems as if Cody has gone and has sought out Robin. That's what it seems like.
Let's talk about how Janelle came to be. Janelle was in the Mormon church.
So polygamy was not even it.
Right, because they have not been doing polygamy for the past 120 years, Cody said. Right?
Yeah. That's a long time.
Right, and so Janelle was kind of surprised that they have polygamy.
But she said those were like her role model.
Yeah, because when she went and visited their church, she actually liked it. She actually really liked it. Yeah. Liked the idea of it.
And she started
thought, maybe I will actually like this.
And they were like their because they were family, they were friends. So she said they were like her role models in polygamy or whatever and stuff. So then they kind of
Cody and Mary.
Yeah. So then they kind of got into it. But I found...
So he married Janelle 3 years after he married Mary.
So she had 3 years with him.
So Mary was 19 and he was 22.
Yeah.
When they got married. So now...
And it was a short courtship.
Right. And so she was 22 and he was 25 when Janelle came into the picture.
Right.
And then he was 26 because it was a year later that Christine came into the picture. Yeah. And Christine, she grew up in a polygamous family, too.
Yeah, she did.
And she always knew that she was going to be a sister wife. And she
said she never was in it just for the man. She was really in it for the family and everything like that. So she really has been like a mom to all these 13 kids. What I found very interesting about Janelle is that this girl goes to work at 6, don't come home till like super late, so she's out 13 hours a day. And she said it's great because sometimes I get to go watch a movie and not really have to be bothered because I really don't like doing all that stuff, that homework, that cooking, all that stuff. No. Like she even said when she was at work, some of her coworkers would be like, "Oh, I have to go home and cook." She's like, "Oh, can't relate to that."
Because she doesn't have to, even though she has 6 kids.
Yeah, she has 6 kids.
Her son is the one that gets up in the morning, helps to get the children all together. He does all the cooking for the children. Yeah. And all that.
But she said that she actually likes it that way. She prefers to be out there working and stuff like that. So I feel like it's just a really easy life for Janelle. Even though she grew up Mormon, she loves this life where she really don't have to do nothing. Yes. And she can just live her best life because she has a babysitter, which is Christine. Yes. So I'm sure that's why I always said Janelle ain't going nowhere. No, she's so
very
happy.
Comfortable for her. And that's why when they were talking, Mary and Janelle were saying, "Oh, it's getting boring. It's getting boring.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get another woman," they told Cody. And they were talking amongst themselves. Whereas Christine was the only one who said, "That's a lot. We already have quite a bit, and it's nuts."
Yeah, and because she's doing everything at home. She's cooking, she's cleaning, she's taking care of the kids, and she's pregnant at that.
Yes. And I think
so
that
I think
maybe
it's just selfish.
Christine was thinking, she might be helpful to me because I came in helping to do all this stuff. Maybe she'll be helpful, but Robin probably had other plans because Robin had
now has a nanny.
So
and you got only
goodness, well, that woman was never thinking about coming.
She wasn't doing nothing. And then always Robin just seems very disgenuine. Like even now, she seems disgenuine.
Yeah. Well, they said that she actually is the one who made a move and wanted to be part of the family.
Well, she said she just loves them. Yes. She loves the whole thing. I'm sure she's looking at Christine taking care of everybody. And she's like, my life finna be easy breezy. Mm-hmm. And of course, she had left her husband because he no longer wanted to be in polygamy.
He just wanted her.
No, I guess so. I don't know what it was.
But she said, "Oh no, oh no."
Yeah, but also this is like a little bit separate or whatever. But my thing is, how sometimes certain men will go out and be like, they're out there working and stuff like that, and then they'll come home and they'll see the wife like, "Oh, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're not doing anything. This is very easy for you." But you see, Janelle is here saying that she loves going to work, being out of the household, not having to cook, clean, take care of kids or whatever. And you see how men will go and be like, oh, what you're doing is easy. I feel like they do that to make it seem like, oh, what you're doing is easy. So you're having just as much fun. To invalidate because you're out there having fun. You get to go out there, work, then probably go to happy hour, go relax, watch a little movie, and then somebody else maybe
hang out with friends.
And then your wife is there at home
and then
doing
you come
everything.
Home all, oh my God,
it was such a hard day at work, but you probably half drunk, probably a little smoked, a little something, and then came home, get to relax, and then you go with your beer belly sitting down on the couch like, let me watch a movie.
And
she's been at home,
she dare not even ask you, please,
could you take care of the kids? Could you wipe a diaper?
I could just take my shower. She dare not ask you that because your answer is going to be no.
Yeah, exactly. But
like,
if it's so easy, why don't you do it? Because it is so hard. You have to be a therapist to your kids when they acting crazy. Yeah. You have to wash them, clean them. You have to cook for them. You have to watch over them.
There's
all
no
this
point
stuff.
in even going into
all
the
what
stuff
I'm saying?
You do. It's a bit.
It's more than any man could do going out there working.
Any woman who has been home with children and also has had and worked out there, any woman will tell you it is harder being at home with kids. Anybody who has done it will tell you that because I've done both. I've been a homemaker and I've also been out there working 2 full-time jobs. Yeah. And I will tell you, working the 2 full-time jobs was easier than being at home.
Because I feel like being with kids is 24/7. You get no break. No. Being out there, okay, I work my 8-hour shift. I have to deal with this shit for 8 hours, but then I get to come home. I probably get to go to the bar, go hang with my friends, and then it's all over. Yeah. So, yeah, you see the people that Janelle, they're talking about how she don't want to do it. So she actually go out there, and then she just tell Christine. She don't even ask her, even though I am pregnant. I want to go to a movie.
She can watch leave her kids. I know.
That's just effed up. You just take your ass on and don't even ask me. I'm pregnant. I am actually pregnant.
Yeah. They have taken Christy for granted.
They have taken her for a ride. I see why she left.
What you guys have been saying. We see it very clearly.
Yeah. Christine has been taking care of all y'all baby kids. Yeah. Shame on y'all.
And Mary has one child. She
only has one child. And you should be helping her. Now, what are you doing?
Mary's one child. It wasn't by she wanted more.
She wanted more,
but she
just
has not been able to have. That's kind of sad. But she said she's okay with it now. But I know that had to have been sad
for many years,
especially with the other wives continuing
having so many
kids.
Yeah. So it's like she's kind of barren or whatever.
She said it got to a point where now she's fine with it. She said, but in the beginning, I'm sure that must have been so heartbreaking. Yeah. For her, especially when you want kids and then you can't have any more. It's hard. Yeah. So.
But Janelle has 6, so he was definitely getting busy with her. Yeah. So Janelle has 6. Christine has 5, and she has a 6th one on the way. Yeah. So they have a total of 13 kids right now. Mm-hmm. So quite a bit.
So it was 6, 5, 11, 12, and then hers will make 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing that was odd that Christina said was that, usually in polygamy, they say that when you're having issues with two wives, get a third. So she said she didn't want to be first, she didn't want to be second, but she wanted to be third. Right. She thought it was the perfect balance for her.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of weird, because if you're having issues with both wives, why bring in another one? Soon that will be you, and then there'll be a fourth and fifth.
But guess what? Guess who said that? Probably
a man.
The men in the community.
A man. Yeah.
And then the women just took that and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. No,
it don't make sense. Work that shit out.
Exactly.
And then try to bring another one. Go have a third one. So basically bump y'all. But that's what he's done. With Marie no longer having sex with her, basically told Christine, there are a lot of people who have sexless marriages. Oh, really? That ain't gonna be me, bro. It was out of there. Like deuces. Yeah. So, hope my nails were okay. So, I don't think he's having Janelle with her that often. The way she be up in that little garden. And then she also was like, it makes me so happy that he is taking care of all of his other wives, because it makes me know that he's going to be there with me. But also I feel like she's saying that because at least you get to be over there.
I know.
Stay out of my space.
Here, exactly.
And she said she'd much rather be outside working in the garden than be at home cooking and cleaning. Yeah. So Janelle is not a woman who wants to be at home.
She's not.
She is somebody who don't mind having a house dad.
Yeah, she wouldn't mind.
Yeah, she wouldn't mind being with Steve.
Yeah. And then there are some women who don't want to be at home. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. They want the man to be at home, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Those, because there's just some women who are just not. They don't have that
natural.
They don't have that patience or anything like that. And sometimes the father is more effective in it. He's more in tune with it, and that's okay.
There's also women who have grown up with a parent who has multiple kids. They're the eldest, and they have to take care of like 8 kids or 6 kids, and they're just like, look,
don't want children.
Not at all.
And I understand.
They're like, I've raised 20 kids. I don't want one of mine. Thank you. No. I want to live single, happy, and free.
Yeah.
Wild and free.
So don't judge them.
Don't judge them.
I remember I met this girl, and she was just like, no, she wants no children. She had her boyfriend, and her boyfriend also doesn't want children. They were in their 20s, and I'm just like, why? And then she explained to me that she and her boyfriend, their moms had children, and they had to, as the elders, they had to take care of the children because the mom worked and she was a single parent. So they were just over that. They were over bring the newborn to the house. They were so over the whole thing.
Yeah, because you out there working while I'm having to take care of all your damn kids.
And then then she also has to go to school.
Yeah.
So she got to do all this stuff. So she was like,
that's why I think
she was
important.
Over it. She felt like in my 10 plus years, I have raised children.
More kids than I will ever like to.
Yeah, and I'm good. So I told her, when I heard her say that, since then, when I hear a woman say, I don't want any children, I just don't judge.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it. That's why it's not. I don't like when people go and judge.
I don't bother myself to even judge.
It's not good to really judge others, especially in certain situations.
You don't know what in the world they have been through when they decided. And I even tell my children, if you don't want children, please don't have them. Just don't. I don't care about the legacy of keeping our DNA going. That doesn't matter to me. I just rather the children have a safe, secure, stable environment.
Yeah.
And if you just feel you're at a space in your life that you don't want kids, please don't.
I mean,
if you feel like having kids a little later on, that's fine. But don't feel the pressure of trying to have children when you're not ready for them.
I mean, I want kids. I want like 6.
Yeah.
But I want them like maybe 4 years from now.
Yeah.
Rashi, I don't think he having any kids.
Yeah, and
even though he's the youngest, he hasn't had to raise nobody. But
I have told him too, like, if you don't want to have kids,
please,
that's okay, and you're okay.
Because you don't want to go and fuck up some kid,
And if you don't want them, you don't
leave
want
them be.
It's not,
God will give them to somebody else.
There are a lot of children in this world. If later on it becomes too late or whatever. As a woman, if you decide, oh, I want one, but now it's too late or whatever,
you can always adopt.
You can always adopt. There are a lot of children in this world who need adoption. There are children right here in America who need, to be adopted, who need, someone to be foster parent. So there are other options, really.
For
no
sure.
pressure. But so that was it for the first Sister Wives. We're getting ready to watch the second Sister Wives.
I feel like there was something else to talk about.
Was there? No,
well,
now
let's
we're
talk
getting
about the courtship with Robin. Let's talk about that.
That's what they're going to talk about. That's what they're going to start now.
So should we just put 1 and 2 together?
No, we're going to do, this is 1, and then we're going to do 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Thanks
I feel like there was something else, though.
Something else? Okay, let's see. Well, Kody is working. He seems as though he does work,
his attitude is so different.
Yeah, he gets up in the morning and kisses Janelle.
Yeah, because my thing is with Kody is, it's just like, when you see him in the end, he's like all upset. He has all this turmoil with all the wives. But in the beginning, he's like super happy. Like it seems like he's being the leader.
Yes.
And he's like writing down when he has to spend time with the wives. He wants to spend equal time with them as you should do in polygamy.
Yes. He goes, even if he's gonna he was gonna go spend the night with Christine.
He says goodnight to all of them.
He went, kissed Mary, kissed Janelle.
Yeah.
Put away the children. Right. And then, they prayed, and then he went down to Christine.
Yeah.
So he's really like...
It seems like he's actually really being diligent and vigilant in making sure that each one does not feel like, oh my God, I have not spent enough time with him. And he says at least 3 times a week he goes out with each wife. So he goes on dates with them.
Yes.
And then he's affectionate with all of them. He's hugging, kissing them. And then Janelle said, it makes me so happy to see him being affectionate and caring with the other 3 wives.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, how do you go from that? I feel like it was a distraction because Robin is 4 hours away. So already you're not, it's like when we had our cats, right? Yeah. And we got Gray. Yes. And I was locking Donut in the room, and Donut was very upset. She was like trying to kill Gray
because she was
and all
the
that
cat
stuff.
That was here.
She was there first
to you getting Gray.
And you told me to stop all that. You told me that you have to make Donut feel like that everything is okay. This is her house, and that Gray is coming in. She is the new person, so she has to get acclimated to us.
She should be the one locked up in the room.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Yeah. So not that these women are cats, but the thing is, I feel like you're here driving 4 hours to go court, 4 hours away to go and court Robin. You have your other wives. Mary is already upset. This woman's already barren. You know, she's all disappointed. She said she actually likes to spend time with him.
She does.
And because she doesn't have that many kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like she has much to do. Yeah. And you're here going 4 hours away. I don't know how often he's doing it. But I'm sure it's 4 hours to go, 4 hours to come back. So imagine it's like a whole day gone. So I'm sure you're not dating the wives at that time. Yeah. You're not with your kids. You're not saying goodnight as you should. Because time you get home, it's probably all late. By the time you go there, it's for like 4. Exactly. It's like 4 hours.
How many days he was spending over there?
So
for the new wife. So he really kind of set them up.
Yeah. So
almost not to like her as much.
Exactly.
And then she's 30, so is she younger than all of them? Probably.
I'm not sure. Probably. She looks younger.
The younger one.
Yeah, so it's 4 hours there, and then time you go date her or whatever, that's like maybe 2-3 hours, and then 4 hours coming back. That's what 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's
8, 9, 10, 11. That's like 11, 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're going there multiple times a week, hell no. Yeah. So that's my issue. So it's just like you basically set her up not to be liked already because you should have been putting them as priority
and he
first.
Seemed really giddy.
He seemed too damn giddy.
He seemed really happy. And I think the children, even the older children, seemed as though they were not really happy about it.
The teenagers were not happy. Mary's daughter was not happy. She's like, we have our setup. It seemed like it's going to be a lot. Like, why are you doing it?
It had been 16 years from the last time
they had ever done it. And all the kids weren't even alive.
Right. So they have known the 3 wives.
From the beginning. Then you're going to come and bring this new factor.
Brand new someone.
Then with her 3 new kids. Yeah. We don't know her. They not your kin. She ain't our seed. And you want to bring another one up in here with 3? And then she don't do nothing either? And you being all happy slappy over there.
Yeah, he was really happy.
You smiling too damn much, fool.
Really too much.
Too damn much. Too much.
Yeah.
You know, like a little...
I know, giddy. He was too giddy.
Let me not break the couch.
He was too giddy.
He was too giddy.
Yeah.
He was like... I'm like, what is he doing?
Reminds me of Phil and what's that girl's name? The one he was drooling over.
Sydney?
Yes, oh my god.
Like, man, but like...
He was drooling, I know.
You need some water?
Oh my god.
Need some water?
He was a mess, okay?
But yeah, so I'm just like, and then they're drinking their milkshake and he's all like this. I'm like, this fool here.
And she also is giddy.
Well, it seemed
In
kind
fact,
of fake to me.
she left the kids at home for them to go out.
Yeah, I bet she did. Sound like another Janelle.
So true.
And you left your kids.
Yeah.
Y'all couldn't have a date in the house.
I know. Well,
But-
we will move on to the courtship because we gotta watch the courtship.
Okay, but yes,
Robin,
I just thought it
okay?
was a hot mess.
Yes.
Okay, but we gonna watch episode 2. We gonna upload again.
Yes.
Thank you for watching, and I hope y'all like this. We are enjoying the new series.
All right,
Like a
my
rodeo.
dears.
It's Mary.
And Amma.
Thanks for watching.